Hello ladies and gentlemen, Jake Baldino for gameranx.com here, and I'm here to talk about Blade & Soul because it was announced today. Yes, I was lucky enough to get a hands-on preview of the game, and I came away pretty impressed. MMORPG fans, you got something to look forward to soon. Now the thing with Blade & Soul is that it's actually been out for a few years in Asian countries. It's been immensely popular with like millions of concurrent players in Japan, Korea, China, and other countries, and it's absolutely huge. And apparently NCSoft West told me that the demand was so huge by North American players that they finally decided to bring it over to English-speaking countries with a fully remastered English version. Now, Blade & Soul is a very traditional MMORPG type setup with a lot of cool little different innovations. One of the things the game really has going for it is a really unique setting and style. It's inspired by like a wuxia style of storytelling and mythological aspect, and it's really cool and really makes a difference. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's kind of like an Asian culture style of like the epic hero, and it's very much Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or just like crazy over the top, floating on air, sword swinging action, and it's really cool, and it really translates over to the game in many ways other than just level design and aesthetic, actual traversal. The lands of Blade & Soul are absolutely huge with like zen-like floating mountains and cliffs, and you need to dive around and dash and gently float through the air and anime over-the-top style air dash, and you can actually hit certain points where you actually air dash and like backflip over a mountain and karate chop cliffs, and it's really cool, and it's a very interesting way of getting around in an MMO. It's something unlike I've ever seen before. And despite a game that's been out for a while, it's actually pretty gorgeous, and there's a lot of really great character design there. Every character looks like a complete badass, including yours. Now the real big question here, Jake, what is the gameplay like? Well, it's real time and it's very action paced, and that's really cool. Of course, there is a lot of clicking, but it's not passive. You have to be completely involved all the time. And the different character classes make for a lot of different aspects, but there's no healer class, so every class is completely active, whether you're a mage, a heavy, or a swords guy. I got to play as 3 of those classes, and they all felt really cool, especially the female mage type character who got to deal with fire and ice in different ways, and using them in different combinations to her advantage, like freezing an enemy and then burning him to death. It was really, really cool. Since the game has been out for a while, it definitely seems like a very well-oiled machine in terms of systems and what it has going for it. One thing I really enjoyed is that a weapon that you have in the game that you pick up, you can actually take with you through the entire game. The weapon can actually grow with you, like the Green Destiny and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a legendary weapon. It is yours to keep, and you can keep leveling it up and upgrading it, and it is your sword. The same also goes with outfits. If you have something you really like, if you have equipment that you really like, but you find something else with different stats, you can bond those stats to your current look and not change. PvP is handled very nicely too, and something I really enjoyed is that if you want to be in PvP, you put on the stock soldier outfit and you walk around dressed up like a soldier in the game looking for a fight. And that's really cool, especially when a developer presented the scenario to me where a bunch of people meet up and there's 2 PvP sides wearing different warrior outfits and they all clash, almost like a mini army battle. And there's a lot of exciting potential there because apparently the PvP in this game is absolutely huge in China. NCSoft didn't really want to talk specifics about esports and their design, but it's probably going there. And it's completely understandable that players want to verse each other, and there's a lot to it because it is a very intricate game with a lot of smooth systems, and as I played, I only spent about an hour with it, but it feels really smooth and it feels like a well-oiled machine because the game has been out for so long. The amount of different attack and combat scenarios there are, and the fact that the key mappings actually change in real time depending on your situation, makes for a lot of depth and a lot of actual reaction-based thinking combat, which seems really cool, and I can tell why people are probably already addicted to this game. But really, one of the more interesting things is the world and the characters and the wuxia martial hero aspect, especially with a story that seems very over the top and crazy and a little bit anime, but it seems cool. Also, the voice acting seemed to be a little gooftastic, but hey, sometimes that's kind of fun. Blade & Soul is coming to PC this winter, and they haven't talked specifics about how they're going to put it out yet, but it seems like it's going to be free to play. And the cool thing is that the developers in Asia working on the full game still have a lot of content planned, even though the game has been out for so long. So this game is going to come out, and it's going to be very updated regularly, despite it being out for many years. So that's Blade & Soul. Like I said, the combat was very smooth. The game is actually pretty gorgeous, and the combat systems are very intensive. Now, I'm not the biggest MMORPG guy, and it's very early to tell, but it does seem like Blade & Soul definitely has potential, and you'll definitely probably find an audience here in the United States. But most importantly, I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know any questions you have about Blade & Soul below, because I did get to spend some time with it, so hopefully I can answer some of your questions. You can also follow me on Twitter at Jake Baldino if you want to talk about it there as well. And if you had a good time with this video, maybe click the like because it helps us out. And subscribing is even better if you're new, if you're just coming here for this, because we do videos like this, we do lists, we do giveaways, and all kinds of fun stuff. But as always, guys, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.